Are y'all ready to get this started?
Let's go!
3, 2, 1.
Let's get it. Here we go.
Sit your ass down and get ready for the next episode of the Urban Green Room.
The Urban Green Room.
With your hosts, my girl A.A. and that dude D. Lewis.
Hey, it's your girl A.A.
What's up? It's your man D. Lewis.
And welcome to another episode of the Urban Green Room podcast. So, okay, I'm super excited. We have the ladies of Urban Lit in the house, like street lit, like we got the ladies in the house. I tell you, like, I could not be more excited about having the conversation tonight with these individuals. Like, this is my sisterhood right here. And we just had a similar situation with the guy authors yesterday. We about to put y'all to shame because the question literally is around the friend zone. Like, what do we want from each other? How do we end up in the friend zone and how not to be in the friend zone? Like, we trying to get wifed up. So y'all got to listen, fellas, because we're about to tell y'all the honest truth on what we need from y'all, how we want it, and when we want it. So let's get started. First, I have in the house my girl Nadine Frye. So if you to starters, because pillow talk whispers between love. Hello, people. Like, you need to get on that one because that was one of the first series that I read. We got Fetish, we got Pure Melody, and I love him, but my soul craves another. If the title don't get you, you need to get in there and read all about what's going on because Miss Nadine Frye is in the house. And as always, with any of our authors, you'll find information on them on our web page. So I'm encouraging you to check them out. But Miss Nadine Frye is in the house.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Next, I have my girl Obsession. So let me give you some background. I met her my first time, actually her and the next author, my first time in Detroit. We were at the Hustle and Grind Detroit Book Expo, which, by the way, next year I know is going to be on and popping, you know, thanks to whatever's going on with the health pandemic.
Hopefully we on the other side
this year. But I met this lady there and everything about her was put together. And I was like, yes, I need to know who she is. I need to put her in my contacts. And not only was she like put together, but she was caring, friendly. And I was just like, she's going to be my friend forever. I'm going to make her my friend, even if she don't want to be my friend. So my girl, Obsession. Okay. The author of the series, Love Ain't Shh. Let me say it again. Love Ain't Shh. And that's got Secrets in His Closet, The Final Lie, and then Crack. And then one of my favorite books that I've read from her was Dent in My Halo. Dent in My Halo, which was my first book that I got from her. So welcome to the podcast, my girl Obsession.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome. Hey.
Next, my girl Margo. Like, this is my sister right here because we entered the game around the same time. And we made a pact. Like, there in Detroit, I said, where we going to be in 2 years, Margo? And she was like, we going to be in the other room. We going to the
other side.
And we stick it to that pack because whatever I do, I make sure I put her on. I make sure I put everybody on, but more so for my sister because we knew what it was like to be new authors at that time. and like the hustle was strong. And when you read her book Scar, like it's not what you thought. And I got into it, and when I finished it, I literally gave it to D and was like, D, you got to read this, because like it's just a great book. And I, you know, when I move to leave a comment or review and refer and start handing it out, you know it's a good read. So my girl Margo is in the house tonight.
Oh, I'm humble. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here. Anything that you got going on, I'm support. If I gotta come to where you at, we gonna figure this out, because I definitely appreciated your support.
You are more than welcome. And last but not least, okay, this is my first time meeting her, but I feel like because of social media, I know her. I comment on her posts. Like when I'm having a down day, there is something in her feed that lifts me up, and I feel empowered, but it'd be funny as hell.
I'm glad.
Author Vivian Blue is in the house.
Hello. How are you? I said, how are you?
Good. I'm good, sis. Listen, I feel blessed to have all of you ladies in the house with me tonight. Yeah, you got to dig into her series. Like she got Rise of a Kingpin's Wife, Forever a Kingpin's Wife, Torn Between the Two Bosses series, because I just added that to my collection.
Yeah, that was the very first series that I ever put out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ladies of urban literature in the house. I did not lie. So we're going to get right into it, ladies, because I don't know what we want from men. Anybody? Who's my taker? What do we want from men?
I guess that question would kind of, for me, it would be answered on at what stage of a woman's life she's in. You get what I'm saying? Because women have different expressed needs. So she may not be looking for her forever. She may be looking for the placeholder, or she may just be looking for something to do. So the question, I'm guessing you're talking about more so for longevity. Is that what the question is more geared towards? For me, I guess it just starts with motivation, because I feel like no woman truly wants a man that's already built, because then what do you build together? So for me, it starts with like motivation. Someone who has confidence, someone who, has a good direction of themselves. Like, I feel like if you're looking for someone for longevity, like when you're at that stage in your life, you're looking for someone to build with. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. No, but when you're at that stage in your life, like you're basically looking for stability. No, you don't want the one that's between jobs. You don't want the one, that's still at home. Like you want somebody that's ready to step off the porch. At least that's just for me. Like I know generally for me, I would just want someone that you can like go through life hand in hand with, somebody that you can pretty much, how do they say it, jump off the porch together and get out here and get it, build dreams, have goals, start a family, But it's like even before you get there, there's just those little things, that you look for in a man. Is he confident? Does he keep his word? Does he, like those are the things that if a woman finds you lacking in anything, can definitely put you in the friend zone.
Yep.
It'll like take you right out the running.
I think that's where we kind of differ at, because I don't mind having a man who's a little bit more knowledgeable than I am. If he is established, that's motivation for me, because I know I can't sit at your table. I don't want to sit at your table with my hand out. I need to know, how can I get it? How can we get this together? What's going on? Like, and I find perspective, like a knowledgeable, somebody I can learn from. Mm-hmm. Oh, we go together. If I can learn from you, then we that's you my friend. We cool. That's that sometime. That's that. Oh, we have this now. We not building. Like I definitely need somebody that can educate me, put me in. Like I want us to be able to bounce back off of each other. So if you're a little higher than me, that's fine. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be intimidated. I don't want to be too intimidated to where I feel like I can't sit at your table. I don't want that, but I do want somebody that I can learn from for sure. Like that's above all for me.
I think for me, faith is the bottom line. You have to be a man of faith. I don't care if, you're Muslim or Christian or whatever. You have to have some type of belief in a higher power, because if you don't have faith, that means you have no stability. That means you have no identity. That means that you don't even know who you are truthfully as a man, because if you don't believe in anything, that means you're reckless. You can't lead me not unless you know who you are. I'm looking for someone to lead me, because in society, we have gotten away from the man leading the woman. However, we as women have become the breadwinners and the go-getters, whereas our men have been pushed behind and persecuted for so long. And so they are intimidated by us. That's what I find. I'm an educated woman. I have a master's degree, but I don't have to have a man who has a master's degree, as long as he has a decent job and he is a decent person. And that's what faith instills in them, instills in him to be a better person. You can lead me, but I'm not going to allow you to lead me blindly. You're going to have to show me that, that you have a brain in your head and that you can think. But again, faith is everything. That is the foundation of everything, of a relationship as a person, your relationship with God. So that's like the first thing, and if that faith is there, then the stability and everything else is going to fall into place.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah, all of that.
That was a heavy point, yes.
all that. I need all of that mixed in the bowl.
45, so I'm 45, so I've been around for many, many years. I've made my mistakes. I've done jail bits for 15 years and some more stuff. I have lived a life, honey. My life is an urban fiction book, but I refuse to be defined by the things that have happened into my life, because I feel like God put those things in place to make me a better person and to teach me and show me what I want in a man. We go through life and stuff, and if somebody can get a hold to you while you're younger and tell you, hey girl, stop, wait a minute, think about this, in your decisions. But in the end, everybody that you've dated or messed with have kind of helped mold you into the person that you become, because all in all, happiness starts within. So if you're not happy with yourself as a person, you can't be right or happy with nobody else.
Yep. And I think that's a big misconception too, that people think that women want the perfect guy. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not looking for perfection. We can build together, but I need to see that hustle. I need you to be like, okay, we're not going to be hungry tonight. Like, let's figure this out. Once we can do that, we got this. Once we can do that, there's nothing like a hustler. And I don't mean just illegal. I mean a hustler. I need somebody that's, come on, let's figure this out. And I think that's not asking for too much. I actually think that's easy.
Well, hustle is a type of mentality anyway. So, it's a faith, you know what I'm saying? It should be a part of who you are. You should always hustle, have some type of get up and go about you. So
yeah, that's definitely my point of like motivation, determination. Like I wouldn't care if he was out here every day selling water and socks. Like just go, you know what I mean? Like that, go out and get it. Like that inherent feeling inside of a man that says that, my family gonna be good today. If I gotta go out here from sun up to sundown, like we're gonna be good. Like I don't care if I gotta sell the shirt on my back. It's like that will have your woman putting into you, because all we need is to see a dream. to start breathing life into it, to start putting into it, to start motivating, to start pushing, you know. Now we done turned your little crazy sock business into an online store, you know. That's what we do as women. Like, we're helpmeets, you know, we're supposed to be the encouragers, the one that holds you up. You know what I mean? It's like, all it takes is a plan.
Okay.
I feel like
we're innate nurturers.
Hold on. Let's where Obsession at? Everybody had a turn yet, but Obsession, you still with us?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I feel like what I need, and this might sound a little weird, but I don't automatically, you might go into the friend zone if you was raised on love, because I was raised on survival. Those two don't go together. It caused a lot of problems. When you raised with basically being enabled, you know, your mama did everything for you, your daddy came through for you, your older brothers and all of that, you never really had to face life on your own, that ain't gonna work for me. Because I've been on my own since I was 12. You know what I'm saying? So I had to figure out a lot of things by myself. I had to experience a lot early. So if you never left your parents' house until you were 35, and I left at 17, you know, that could pose a problem. And a lot of people don't look at that. You know, another thing is consistency. A lot of men are inconsistent. They whine and dine. They say all the right things, because we make the mistake in answering that one question. What do you want in a man?
We got that.
We answer that question. They like, okay, check. I'm about to do all that for the first 90 days. See, a person really shows you who they are in 90 days. That's all it takes, 3 months. So you like, what happened to all the texts? What happened to the good mornings? What happened to let's go out? What happened to all of this? He got you. He didn't got what he wanted. More than likely, he didn't got the draws by 90 days. So now he about to go cold. He about to trail off. I don't have time for that. So, yeah, I need consistency. I need somebody who knows what it's like. Okay, this is a situation. Now I'm about to come up with a plan. Now I'm about to implement the plan. Now I'm about to do this. I don't need nobody breaking down. I don't need nobody running to their friends and their family and all this other stuff, because if you give me the impression that I gotta wear both crowns,
I don't need you.
I'm done.
Okay.
That's a dope point. That's a real dope point.
Yeah, I have a question, Obsession. If, like, let's just say this person, you have your background and this person did grow up a little bit different from you, but originally it sounded like you was like automatically it's no. But I want to know, like, say if that person came still with an open mind, still with, I'm not shooting down how you was raised, you're not shooting down how I was raised, but I still want to help you. I still want to, we can figure this out. Like, is that still a no? Is that still a deal breaker?
No,
or
that's
are you
not, well, I guess I came off like it's an automatic no, but what you can always tell, like how a person with their mindset, you know, you get that through conversation, you know, seeing how they move. I'm very observant. If you can't make a decision without your mom, that's a problem for me. If you gotta call your guy to see where you should go next, that's a problem for me. Because a lot of us didn't grow up like that. We had to use our problem solving skills. We had to look at a situation and step back and make the player decision. Like, either this can go left or this can go right. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to hold nobody's hand through life. I mean, and I'm not trying to be mean. I need a man that you want to be the man, you want to beat your chest, you the king of the castle. I need you to make a player decision. What's going to happen with us? This situation happened. What's going on? Because you want me to follow. I'm not following no fool. I'm not following nobody who's scary. I'm not following nobody who's not brave. I don't follow cowards. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not one. Because I'm going to do whatever I got to do. I'm going to do whatever I got to do for our family. Whatever that is, good or bad. I need you to say, listen, it's God, the man, the wife, the kids. I can't put you up there. if you ain't putting in the work and if you ain't showing me that you're willing to put in the work. So
That's fair.
I'm not doing nothing your mama should have did. I'm not raising no man.
Oh, that's a good point. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
This brings me to this point. I spent time with the guys yesterday, and one of the things that I heard was the women aren't today's women, because we have been so independent for so long, and without that leadership that you're talking about, in order for them to lead us, like, we have to be open to that. So I guess my question is, if we're going to give them, we're saying we want them to lead, how open are we to being led? Like, because that means we have to be vulnerable. We have to be trusting. So can we speak to what is it going to take for us to be comfortable with that type of leadership? Because that doesn't come like on blind faith. Like,
oh no.
I think that when men say that oh, the women are not willing to be led, I feel like their definition of a woman that follows is someone who just does whatever they say. Like, they want someone who's subservient and to the point of being crippled. You know what I'm saying? In marriage, in life, in relationships, it's a partnership. You get what I'm saying? Just like, so say for instance, say like if me and my husband are out somewhere and he makes a false decision, I will not be like, oh, why did you do that out here in the streets? But hey, when we get back to the crib, hey, when we were outside, you know, that decision you made can lead into this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can trust a man to lead, and trust me, it's not a very easy thing when you, like, what Obsession was talking about, when you're ran off of survival, but there are things that men can do to make you comfortable with their leadership. You know, being proactive. Don't come ask me. Don't look at me like, oh, well, babe, what we gonna do? Okay, so when you jumped off, like when you put your foot out there and decided to make that decision, did you look at it from every angle? You get what I'm saying? Because I might can help you clean up the mistake. You get what I'm saying? But what I can't do is I can't lead you to the point where we get to the mistake. You know, so it's like it takes for a man to be a thinker. You know, a lot of things come with a man putting into his woman. You know what I mean? You put into her, she gives you back. That's literally what it is.
Pick your lane.
You know, like, it's like, that's literally how we are. So men want a woman where they're going to be like, oh, I go out here and get the money. I'm going to tell her what to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. She going to shut up and she going to listen. But that's what they're expecting when they say that they want to be leaders. No, a leader is in everything you do. It's in how you put into her so she can put into the children. It's in how you take the initiative, you know, like, hey, well, this is our starter house. You know, here we go. Let's go 3 years from now. We're going to get our forever home. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, you know, like, that's right, girl.
Yeah.
That was literally a conversation, and I had this conversation amongst men, because that's literally what they expect. They expect the woman to not have a thought, but when it's at home at night and that bedroom door is closed, I am your first advisor. I am someone that's going to listen to your dreams and literally help you execute them. You get what I'm saying? When we're talking about raising our village, this does not take the outside world. This is me and you. You know, when I'm saying, hey, babe, what are we going to do? To uplift our family. You get what I'm saying? And you're going to tell me we're going to do this. And I'll be like, well, you know what? Your plan is solid. We just going to move it around this way. And guess what? It's going to all fall into place. And guess what? And I'm going to hold you up. Win, lose, or draw. That's where we got to be with it.
But they're not coming like that. They want the woman that come in when we dating. Oh, I cook, I clean, I do this, I do that. But you ain't giving me nothing to go off.
Turn tricks on the thing.
Yes.
Every day.
Yeah, you're not giving me
like turn tricks, backflip, split.
Yes, passive.
You want me to be sucking dick from the back, but your ass, you ain't paying. This not how this work, and that's not. You're not going to get what you need. You're not going to get that. A woman that is willing to give into you, somebody that's just you. We could do whatever you want to do. I got to see that hunger. I got to see that motivation. I got to see you lead. I got to feel comfortable walking to your side. I got to make sure when you walk out there, I'm on the inside of the street. It ain't no, it's this is just, and you doing this without thinking. That's the kind of nigga I need. That's the kind of man that I'm like, oh.
Yeah, just to go ahead with your point.
Not just because you said hi.
Just to go ahead and just to go ahead and piggyback off of your point, it's like that's what they want. They want wifey privileges, but they don't do nothing that a husband do. There are very few men today that still open doors. You get what I'm saying? There are still few men today that will protect their wives or their mates' beauty.
I don't listen to everything, and I agree. I agree with you women wholeheartedly. There are a lot of men out there that don't know what it means, what it actually to lead.
To be a man.
A woman is not to be demanding or controlling. That's not what leadership is all about. But there are men out there that understand that when a lot of men say that women don't want to be led, what they're talking about, the good niggas, because there's good niggas out there. Say that
it is
about women are so combative. I mean, you can have a woman that's combative and just don't agree on anything. You know what I mean? So you do have those women out there, and that's what, if you find a good dude, and that's what he's talking about, there are a lot of women out there. And I don't know if it's intentional. I just think it's women are like, AA started out with the conversation here, is that you guys have had to pull your own weight for a long time. So that's what you're used to, and that's what you're comfortable with. Men have to understand as well that you guys have been in that position, and we got to give y'all time to get acclimated. And
also, it's what men go after, because you have to take that into consideration as well. The type of woman they decide that they want to go after, because a lot of them go for looks, or the superficial one. The strippers, the hoes, you know what I'm saying? They look for the hood. Niggas love a hood rat. A nigga love a good rat.
They love them hood outfits, baby. They love them hood outfits.
And steal their money out their pocket at the same time.
They love the women for the streets, honey. They be for the streets.
Yes. And I always say, I grew up in a household with my father. My parents have been together for 50 years. And so I don't have daddy issues. I'm not fucked up about shit. I watched my father treat my mother like a queen. My mama ran the household, but my daddy was the head of the house. She made sure that all of our needs was met. To this day, my mother is retired and my father goes to work. My mother makes sure that my father has breakfast every morning. She packs his lunch for work the next day. He has dinner when he comes home. You know what I'm saying? They were married.
You don't mind doing that for?
They were married at 16 and 17 years old. So I've seen them. We all grew up with our parents. My parents were 22 by the time I was born. My sister was at their graduation. So I know what it is. I have uncles and aunts, my grandparents, both sets of grandparents who have gave me a model on what a relationship should look like. Now, some of the choices that I've made for my life with men and different things are not coherent with what I grew up with. However, I know how I'm supposed to be treated by a man.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
I'm sorry, my head's on side.
Isn't it?
Okay. Because I think the frustration comes from, I agree with all of you women. I've been the breadwinner. I've been single. I've been a single. I know what it's like not to have good examples of what relationships look like. I have made foolish mistakes in choice of men. The whole, I guess, wifing up niggas. I'm going to say we wifing up niggas today because, and the whole concept to me is so frustrating because one, we the women, y'all supposed to be showing us what we can do. I shouldn't have to prove to you what my wallet looks like, what my hustle looks like, and you can't match that and you want to live off of me. So with the shortage of men, so let me throw something out there to you.
Oh, come on with this conversation. I think this is
I'm here for it.
Statistics said that Black women are not getting married. And if we are getting married, we're marrying outside the race. The other part of that statistic said that our brothers, the ones that we crave, the ones we looking for, are not looking for us because they're marrying at a rate of 2.5 times outside a non-sister, somebody who ain't got no melanin. Statistics say that y'all are. And when I walk out my door, the area that I live in, I see interracial marriages.
I see a lot of it at the private school I work at.
I think the rarity becomes when they see me and D out in public and they're like, oh, a Black.
That. Like it's extinct.
Why are you looking at that? We do marry each other. We love each other. Black people can be united and we can find good men. So when I see that, I hear that, and I know the plight of my sisters because I've been single. I know what it's like to have to run and find something decent and wait for it to come to you.
Absolutely.
What do you say to the sisters out there that are wifing up niggas, not waiting patiently and don't know their value? Like, what do you say to them?
I think that's first, getting that value, and it's nobody that's gonna give it to you but you. Like, you have to start there first, and you have to start to make those demands on what it is that you want, how you want this guy to come in your life. And I promise, once you start to exude that, that's what the fuck you get. And I'm not saying it's just like it's easy or anything. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it just allows a certain type of guy to come at you. It's like certain guys I've even heard before, like, well, I already know I can't do nothing with you, but you fine though. And I was like, oh, like, I respect you because I'm glad you know that. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the realistic, and it's not coming from a conceited place or anything like that. But I'm just saying it's that's just how I was raised. And I was raised with co-parenting parents. My dad died when I was six. I don't have like the polished background, but I knew what I wanted and I knew what I deserved. And I knew that girl get treated like X, Y, and Z because she out here like X, Y, and Z. And that's cool. But that's cool for you. I ain't knocking it, but that's not for me.
Exactly.
Not to say that shit is squeaky clean, but that right there, I'm not doing that. And I have a strong I have a strong feeling for the interracial dating. That's why I was trying to speak first before I didn't forget anything. But I just have this thing. We were talking about my best friend was talking about if our boys grow up and he brings home a white girl, or he brings home a different race person home. And I'm just like, dang, like, I honestly love Black men. I love our culture. We are so powerful beyond measure, And I just want my son to love how he grew up, to love his family, to love his mom, to love what he sees. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want him to go out there looking for something so different that it's like, I don't want you to secretly be self-hating. So I feel strongly about that. Like, I just want you to understand that this is beauty. This is we the shit. And that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I just love it. I just don't. That's very, very important. Not to say that if he did, I'm going to run her out, but
I feel like that's the beginning and the end of the issue. You know, it's like it's the self-love. It's the misconceptions that people, perforate out in the world. You know, it's like you hear it's like, oh, our men don't protect us, our men don't love us, but who started the narrative? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the black woman, all she does is have an attitude and she thinks she's a man. Who started the narrative? You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You have to be the change that you want to see in anything. That's why, like, even like how we're all off this. Every chance I get, I'm gonna put black love in their face, and it doesn't matter where it comes from. I don't care if they both in a crazy hospital. Love is love. Love your black counterpart, and we're going to be good. But it's like them marrying outside of my race, outside of their race. It's like a little touchy. It's a touchy subject because it's like, how can you love anything other than the womb that bore you, anything other than the one that raised you, loved you, cared for you? You know what I mean? It's like this topic can get so complex because we would have to go for where it began.
Well, I have an interesting thing. My nephew has a white girlfriend. My sister is the most militant pro-black sister you ever want to meet. She was in the nation, honey. She knows her history. She knows who she is. She is rooted in God. But my nephew went to a private school all his life. So he was exposed to black women, black girls. He had strong black women in his life because, we had the discussion about the comb and, all of that and stuff. But my sister said, she said, you know what, at first when it happened, my sister was like, oh, she had it picked out, this little perfect little black girl for him and all of this. But she said I had to take a step back and remember who my child is. My child don't have an identity crisis. He loves black women. He loves his mama. He loves his auntie. He loves his grandma. However, he is a feelings person. He is a person who loves people openly because he went to a school that taught love. It didn't have no color, no boundaries. They taught love. And so he found a female at college who he identified with her because of some of the stuff, his likes and interests and different things like that. So my sister said that she felt like she exposed him to that because she put him in a school with mixed races where he was the minority and not the majority. Those were his friends. Now, the interesting thing is his best friend's white, but his best friend girlfriend is black. Yeah. It's black. So it's about, with him, it's not even about her skin color. It's about how sweet she's a very sweet girl. It's about how she treats him. He looks at it in the aspect of how he is treated by her. It has nothing to do with her race or anything like that. It's how she treats him as a person. Now, is he gonna marry her? Who knows? He's still young. I had a cousin that dated white women, but he ended up with a chocolate African sister, So you never know how life leads you. But, the first main thing is if you have faith and you believe in God, that faith in God teaches you love, no matter who you are, creed, color, none of that. It's all about love, respect, and understanding and how that person treats you.
I think that a lot of people, like, I have an issue when people say, I'm looking for my better half. I'm looking for somebody to complete me. No, I'm not. I'm complete. I need an addition. You know what I'm saying? I need an addition. And I think a lot of people look for someone else to heal them, and that's not fair. If they didn't give you those scars, they shouldn't be responsible for them. And I come from that point of view because I'm a child abuse survivor. And I had to look in the mirror and say, Yvonne, fix your shit. You know what I'm saying? Get that together because I'm a runner. I'm a runner. I get the hell on. I don't stay in no dysfunction. I don't do it. Up. You mad me? My mama did. Bye bye. You know what I'm saying? But that's not fair because they could be actually it could be innocent. It could be, I don't know. But like if I see things or hear things that, my stepfather did or my mom did, no, that's too familiar. I gotta go.
They call those triggers. Those are things that trigger you.
That triggers. So I'm like, with meditation, spiritual baths, all of that other stuff, I've come to, okay, don't run. Have a conversation first. Hey,
right.
This yes. I am healing from this. You know what I'm saying? Please don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, but see, I've worked with children for about 20 years, so I don't like repeating myself because I got to do it every day in the classroom. So I'm gonna need my man to have on his listening ears.
Yeah, the listening ears.
I said no, thank you.
Right.
And I mean
you know
that.
what I'm
I mean what I say.
So yeah, if I gotta say no, thank you 3 times you out, I gotta go. I'm putting on the tracksuit.
See, and that's a very great point that you just brought up. It's about your life journey before, and you have to get to a point where you realize that your mate, the person that you're with, the person that you're building with, definitely don't deserve that hurt. And the best example that I can give, okay, so I was married once, and then we divorced, and then I got married again. But unconsciously, I was judging him by the same standard that I've lived, So it's like, when you do that, it's like, he's like, well, I just want to love you. I just want to, I just want to give you the best pieces of myself, and I'm trying to love you through it. But it's like, I had to realize it started with me. Like, no, fix it. You know what I mean? That comes with acknowledgement. You got to acknowledge things that you've been through, to acknowledge the hurt so that you don't give it to someone else, because they don't have it's not fair for them to put you together.
Yeah, that's a good point, because that came up actually last night from the guys. A couple of them brought up how when they get in relationships, how the woman brings in that baggage with her from prior relationships, and they end up, taking the brunt of all of her frustration from the prior relationship. So I think that's a big deal, that you guys are actually talking about that, and you realize that that's an issue in relationships.
CD, yeah, I agree too, but I also think that for you to come into a relationship or for a man to decide that he wants to build something with this woman, you can't possibly think she's not coming with something. You know what I mean? It's just the person that you want has to, is this worth fighting for? As simple as that. You know what I mean? Not saying that the guy should just get beat on with her words and all of that kind of stuff. I'm just saying you have to be open. It's like, I have to be open to why you act like that. Maybe it's because your mama was abusing you. Like, maybe things are different for you. And if I decide I want to be with you, that's what I'm saying. I'm committing to you. I'm committing to unpacking that luggage. Is this person worth it? Now, if this person not worth it, then no, go. But if this person worth it, then let's do it. It's gonna be days where you don't. You know what I mean? You don't want to or whatever, but you got to tell me I'm worth it so I can know you worth it.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I think saying from the fellas, it was that they get too much of the relationship. They don't get a fair chance.
Okay. But you know what? I think that one of the issues is the basic foundation of a relationship.
And we have to get that. When you get in a relationship, you got 2 different personalities, you got 2 different upbringings. That stuff you just have to work through. If you decide you want to be in that relationship. But what we were talking about last night was the unnecessary stuff. Like, just because Rodney fucked you over, don't come and
at me with
your insecurities, with all of that.
And you can't do that, because that, you know what I mean? That puts me on the defense. So no, I ain't open.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's true. Nope. And if we can't trust each other, then what are we doing? So I get saying exactly, Margaret, but I think what we was talking about was on a different level. Yeah.
Okay.
Issues we have to be able to work through, for sure.
Okay. Well, the basis of a relationship is 2 things: respect and understanding. If you don't have respect for each other, then it's not gonna work. And you have to have understanding, because you have to understand that both of you are 2 human beings that had 2 different experiences, and you're bringing all of that into the relationship. If you respectfully talk to each other, you can't respectfully agree with things. I have to tell people I know, if y'all got to argue about every little thing, y'all don't need to be together, because you should be able to say something to me and I not jump defensive, and we should be able to talk out whatever it is that's going on.
Communication.
Communication is the key to everything, And my thing is,
I
think
communication.
part of the problem is
proper communication.
Proper communication, yes, ma'am. Because a lot of people, the issue is a lot of people jump into relationships and they not fully healed. They jump on. They just want the companionship. They want that piece of dick laid up next to them.
You better talk about it, big.
They don't give a fuck if he got a job. They don't care if he driving their car, as long as he know how to sling that dick and fuck her pussy the right way.
Better know it.
That is where you ethically fail, my sister. You ethically fail because you're thinking with your pussy and not your brain. That's it, point blank, plain and simple. And so you have to understand that the man is coming with his own issues and you're going to have your own issues. But if y'all thinking about doing this, you're going to sit and you're going to have these conversations and talk about certain things, your idiosyncrasies,
have to learn how
things while you're courting each other, because we don't court anymore either. We don't court a date. We just jump full-fledged.
No, they want to go
nigga come to the door with his luggage, so that's the thing. I'm one of them where I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna tell you the things that I don't like. I'm gonna tell you my little idiosyncrasies because I know I got mental issues.
I don't like.
I know I have quirks, but I'm going to let you know ahead of time so that you don't get misconstrued. If I may cock my head to the side and look at you like I'm gonna slap the shit out of you, that don't mean that I want to do it. It just means that I'm feeling some type of way and my face ain't been delivered. So, let me take a step back and walk away for a second so we can come back and have this discussion.
Let me tell you something. These men want you to slop the knob like corn on the cob.
Say that, girl.
Okay.
And do your job, goddamn it.
But see, this thing, y'all don't want to get friend zoned. Y'all don't want us to be combative. Y'all don't want to do nothing. But y'all don't bring nothing but headache and dick a lot.
Yes.
That's it.
That's all they have.
I'm just trying to figure out. Y'all always talking about bringing something to the table. What can we bring to the table besides sex and cooking and cleaning and all that other stuff? But what do y'all bring to the table? Because nowadays, y'all don't protect. Y'all refuse to provide. We got to give y'all some nanny for you to want to provide.
We got to give you our income tax to flip in order to provide.
Hello? And they flipped it. Been waiting for them to flip it for the last 7.
It's crazy.
Hello?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What? And then y'all say, well, why relationships don't last as long as they used to? Well, you looking at your grandparents that's been together 50 years. I promise you, grandma had been cheated on. They probably been hit. Granddaddy didn't gamble. All this other stuff. I'm not going through all of that for no relationship. I don't do dysfunction. I don't do hurting ass niggas.
Yeah,
I don't do hurting ass niggas. When I mean hurting ass niggas, when I say hurting ass niggas, I mean niggas that need to be coddled, but want to be called and looked at as a man. I don't coddle grown men. And I hold you accountable. A lot of people get in relationships that don't know how to forgive. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to apologize. They don't know how to be accountable. Mm-hmm. If you can't do those 3 things, if you have a hard time saying, you know what, I'm sorry, I was wrong. If you have a hard time forgiving, if you have a hard time being accountable, being responsible, you ain't got no business in no relationship.
See, in the flip of that, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. I'm just.
And Daddy.
No, I was saying the flip of that point is that yes, they want what they've seen pervade like through our grandparents and stuff because it wasn't all bad. But think about the men that our grandfathers, great grandfathers were. They provided for home. You get what I'm saying?
Period. Without expecting anything. Like they provide because that's in their blood.
They went to work. They gave their wife the paycheck and respected her position in the home to know that none of his lights was going to be off, none of his water was going to be off, his food was going to be on the table, and he was okay, and kept a couple dollars to do whatever it was, whether it was get his taste, get his cigarettes, whatever it was. But it's like, it was different. I'm talking about back then, those men, you couldn't even look to their wives. You get what I'm saying with the evil eye? Because they right at the situation. You know, it's like that protection you felt. I'm talking about, that's what I was saying earlier, like opening doors, making sure traffic is clear so your wife can get to the curb. You know what I mean? Making sure, you know, that your wife, when she's walking anywhere, she feels like nothing outside of you matters. You know, it's like, that's the flip side of it. They want that from women these days, and these men won't even get up in the morning.
But I got something for you for that. The problem is, the reason why a lot of these men are like this is because they have been raised by their mothers and they have a father in the household. So the mother catered to them, always did everything for them, and never taught them to be a man or to do for themselves or stand for themselves. See, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's a total difference. Now, it's some women who got out here and told their sons, hey, son, you need to learn how to do this and this and that and be self-sufficient. Don't depend on no to do nothing or whatever. But it's a lot of these women out here who spoiled their men or their sons, using them as if they were their significant other, but spoiled them, trying to take the place of their father not being in the household. You know what I'm saying? The flip side of that is they raise bitch-ass niggas. It is
why they
have bitch-ass ways because
better talk about it.
It is what it is.
All right.
And that's why they're gonna be in the friend zone fucking.
Exactly. Friend zone for the rest of their life. Say it.
I know you itching, so I'm gonna let you go first. But I just so you know, I got like the flip side of that. But go ahead. You
always got a flip side.
Because there's some legitimacy to what you just said there. But two, you have to take in consideration that a lot of these bitches out there allow these niggas to do what they do and get away with it. And so that's why they do. Now, nigga is only gonna do what the woman allows them
to do. Say that.
I agree.
It's like being at work. Think about being at work. You gonna step right up to that motherfucking line that you know you can get to without losing your job. Or get type of discipline. Men move the same way in relationships. He can only do, and the flip side is true as well. We only can do what another person allows us to do in a relationship. So if a dude is used to being with nasty bitches that don't know how to behave themselves like queens and like really want to be treated, or like that good woman that he's probably going to see next wants to be treated, he don't know how to do that. You know what I mean? Mama can't teach you how to do that because mama not fucking you first.
Right.
So yes, there's legitimacy to men being raised by women, and women really can't raise a man. But two, a lot of women out there who are scared or they don't know how to train a man. That's when you're young too. I mean, you can't expect no 40-year-old dude to all of a sudden know how to treat a lady right. If
he's never,
you know what I'm saying? And at 40, y'all not looking to train no motherfucker.
Hell no.
That's where it leaves us. They have to go downgrade or go get scraps or go to some other race that allows the bullshit that in the way with.
Scraps? Who is scraps?
No.
What?
But see, look. Also, I believe that is true in some instances. I don't believe, though, and I know this is fact in my life. I have a mama, all that stuff. You get that. They raised him beautifully to lead, to provide, to. When I say it's crazy, because naturally we think like that, but I don't get that. Like, I've never had to. It's always been where I'm first, where I'm put first. And it's been like this before I had a kid, before we got married, before, like, it's been that way. I didn't see no fucking bad, okay, he's spoiled. That's cool. But I didn't see like all of those things that y'all talking about. It wasn't like that, like at
I have
all.
a question. Does he
It's
have?
like they got the good shit in him.
I got a question. Does he have a grandfather, an uncle, some kind of strong male figure in his family, or a mentor or something? Well, that's why he's like he is. Because my nephew does not have a father, but he had an uncle and a grandfather that instilled in him what it is to be a man. So, you know, it's not just, you know, the mother raising the kid. It's everything. It's a village. It takes a village to raise a child or whatever. So he had male figures in his life to show him how to be a man, and it was not just left up to his mother to do that. She played an aspect in it, but he still had strong, positive male role models in his life to fill in that void that he needed. That's why he's respectful. You know what I'm saying, and stuff. So, you know, it's not every man. You know, there are some exceptions to the rule. However, there is a large majority of bitch ass niggas walking out around her who are model quality and was raised by their moms, and their moms taught them how to be bitch ass niggas. That's why they're jumping out, pulling guns on people instead of standing up in the middle of the street and squaring up with whatever nigga they got a problem with. They doing bitch ass shit.
Exactly.
And that's coming from people, but that's my thing. That's coming from people who raised by villages. That's coming from people with 2-parent households. That's coming from all of that. Like, it still happens. If they not respectful, then they not respectful. If they not a provider, then they're not a provider. Is all that I'm saying. Like, I absolutely get everything, and I know it's more of those that y'all talking about than the ones that I'm talking about. But I know I'm going out of my way with this little boy that I got. I'm not raising a pussy.
Like, you're blessed. You're blessed.
Go ahead.
This
you know,
we not. I'm not raising you to. No, you gon' no. This I'm raising a man, right? I'm not trying to raise nobody that needs a woman to take. No, we gonna do this together, like a man, because that's what I like.
I'm glad you said that you're not raising somebody to need a woman, but I feel like that's applies to in a lot of different areas. Like another way a man can get friend zone with me is he just doing too much, trying too hard. Like, I just met you 72 hours ago. Why you talking about if I need a place to stay, I can stay with you. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just met you on Monday. I just met you on Monday. On Thursday, you talking about you. I just met you on Monday. Thursday, you talking about if I ever need you, come. No, that's stalkerish. That's a red flag.
That's creepy. That's not. No.
And they don't understand that.
He gonna have you locked up in the basement, baby. Don't trust.
That's not. If I can bend it. Listen, if I can bend and fold your spine, I don't want you.
Oh yeah,
and fold your spine. I don't want you. I need a man with a backbone. I need a man with balls full, preferably, because I know he ain't doing. I need a full. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but. You know, I need balls, backbone. I need all that.
When I say a man,
you breaking up. I can hear you.
To be a man.
Margo, you breaking up.
I think she's in a bad spot in her house.
So, okay.
Now.
I got a question. Well, let me ask this one first. Because we talked about, like, we know what we need emotionally. We know we need a strong leader. We need somebody who's spiritual. When it comes to sex, what do we need? Because they're quick to tell us, like, slide on me, make some noise. I need it tonight. Though.
Let's do it.
Because the size matter?
No. Let me tell you something.
Nope.
Let me tell you something.
Now we get.
Because I had a man. I had a man that had a python between his legs. He didn't know what to do with it. I just told him put his clothes on to go home. I ain't have time. You know what I'm saying? And then I had one that had a toddler thing. I straight told him. See, another reason why I can't keep a man. I'm super blunt. I need to learn how to stop hurting feelings. You know what I'm saying? I mean, cause serious, like, cause he took his pants down. I said, what I'm supposed to do with that?
Oh, stop it!
I'm serious. I wasn't gonna feel that.
I mean, you gotta go ahead on it because you listen. We ain't got too many minutes on Earth.
No,
then minutes on Earth. Can't wait.
You
okay.
crushed them.
And then I had one, baby. He was down there for 20 minutes and I ain't feel nothing.
I gotta wipe my glasses off on that one, cause
look, like I'm getting hot. I'm getting angry.
I need experience.
Girl, that's about frustration.
What do you mean?
I need experience, okay? I need experience. I need someone who's willing to see. A lot of people go into a sexual encounter thinking, oh, I'm going to have her like this. I'm going to do this to him. I'm going to do. No, y'all first encounter is about learning. Yes. What sound do I make when you getting close? What do I like this? Explore my body. It's supposed to be learning. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be memorable.
Exactly.
Don't you want me to come back? Don't you want me to call you again? I mean, I don't. You know, everybody want to come. Don't come in there. Listen. And another thing we got to talk about. I don't want a man that watch porn all day because they be doing stupid shit. Like, listen, don't my listen, my vagina is not a bowl of soup. Don't blow on my shit. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I am not some bubble. Like, why is you blowing? What is this? What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nobody who gets their moves from porn. I ain't got time for this.
Oh.
so, you know, okay. I'm stop.
You is crazy.
I'm glad you got that up.
For me, it's like for men, like it's different. You get what I'm saying? Because she made very good points. He can have a super big one, don't know what to do with it. It can be little. You get what I'm saying? You can have somebody that's mid-sized, but to me, it's all about the confidence. It's all about what the man is willing to do to achieve the goal. Because every woman is not the same. Some women, all you got to do is touch her, and she done blew off like Niagara Falls. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people, you got to work for it. You know what I'm saying? And you might get a little tired. You get what I'm saying? You might have to figure out how to do it.
You might get tired.
I'm saying, yeah. Because,
you say, put your back into it.
Yeah.
If you ain't sweating, you ain't working.
That's literally, like, it's commitment. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if a man is confident, and I mean, when I say confident, I'm talking about in his touch. You know what I'm saying? In his touch. He's not shaky. You know, he's not moving all around. You know, he's not inexperienced. You know what I mean? It's like somebody.
Listening ears. I said don't move.
Active.
I said right there. I said that.
Yes, comfortable obsession. Yes, but no, that's what it is. It's like a confident lover because a woman can tell. A woman can tell if you're nervous. She can tell if it just ain't gonna work. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, avoid those blunt moments like obsession has.
If I gotta ask you, are you sure? If you want to do this,
right?
Yeah, we
say that.
If I gotta ask you, you really want to go? Because I don't want to get caught up. That's a problem.
But that goes back to the understanding thing. I have conversations. You know, before we even do it, leading up to it, I'm having conversations. Oh, I don't like that. What do you like? How do you like this? Well, I like it this way because, you know, I'm a big girl, so I can't. My legs may not be able to move back there like you. If we could find an alternative or something like that. You know what I'm saying? My thing, hey, I love fellatio, so therefore, sir, you know what we're going to have this conversation because I'm going to direct you if you're not doing what I like.
Exactly.
I'm going to stop you and say, hey, guy, I don't like that. That's not comfortable, or you ain't got the dick for that, so we ain't finna even try to go there. Or we just want to simple. I'm gonna tell you, likes and dislikes. Don't do this. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Or you're into toys because I like toys. Or you're into this. You know what I'm saying? I love to suck dick, so therefore I got this throat spray, and I'm gonna try to kill myself. Something. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have this conversation because, baby, we not gonna have no mishap. We not.
No misunderstanding in the room.
I got a request.
We're not gonna have any mishaps, honey.
A lot of men like to finger. I'm gonna need you to cut your nails. This ain't no air.
Wash and make sure the clean. Go wash your hands when you first get to my house.
No, cut your nails.
How about Amazon got this glove girl that got all these apparatuses on the glove with the little knots and all that? Nigga, let me invest this $40 in this glove, nigga, and you slap that motherfucker on like Michael Jackson and let's get to it. Hey, I'm telling you.
Amazon got some of everything for everybody.
Amazon got it going on, boo. Amazon got you going, honey.
So hygiene is important.
It's very important.
With the fingernails,
it's essential.
Like manicured nails and shit, like you got to upkeep and shit.
It's essential. How about I'll clip your nails and clean them out and file them if I find that no, sir, go wash your hands when you first get in my. Go wash your hands, baby. Let's check these nails.
Please wash your hands clean.
Yeah.
Listen, I came to get some licking and some sticking. I didn't come for a pap smear. Why I feel like, you know what I'm saying? You doing too much.
Yeah. Doing the most. You don't want no hysterectomy. You don't want no extra cuts and shit out. Hold on. No.
Just ruining the man.
Just ruin it, girl. Yeah, that fuck up your whole mood. You be pissed off. Shit, that nigga just
listen,
you sit there looking with a mirror and shit like, nigga, wait a minute. You done fucked me around. You done did something. Hold on. So, you know?
Yes, no, that's the truth.
Look, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think that first thing is first, you have those conversations. I don't like the repetitive conversations. Don't tell me how you had X, Y, and Z girl like this or any of that kind of stuff. But we can have a conversation about what it is we like and stuff like that, especially if we feel like we about to fuck. So like let's talk about it. Like, and I think when you go in, I don't think it's one size fits all. I don't give a fuck how you had her. I don't care about none of that shit. When you come in here, you got to learn my body. You got to learn if I touch here, I like niggas, you gotta pay attention to how you know, I not all the time do I have to say, oh, right there. No, because you pay attention to my body's reaction. You're an adult. I know that if I
don't be doing all that talking.
A little bit more spit and more of my
don't do all that talking. Don't do all that talking. I ain't
this all you gotta do in
interrogation. I ain't come here for no interrogation. I ain't come here for no interview. Why is we having whole conversations? Why is you questioning me? Is this a quiz? Like, I don't understand all that while we having sex. What is that?
Yes, you should already had that discussion before we got into it, baby. That should have been understood. Unless I ask you, you like that, daddy? But that's a part of the sex play. Oh, daddy, you want me to? It's different. You know, it's levels to the shit.
Yes.
Because if you roll like what? How about you come in the house and I got this long flowing blonde wig on and heels and shit, and I got the little outfit on, and I'm telling you my name is this and that or whatever, nigga, role play. So I may ask you some questions, but that's because you didn't expect that when you walked through the door.
Right, and I'm in character.
Look at this bitch. She like, whoa, wait a minute. So then you gonna be like, baby, hold on, what we doing here? You know, you can ask some questions, but other than that, you got to come ready, baby.
Nope.
Ain't no who why you playing in sex? Who does that?
Say that.
Huh?
Obsession, what did you just say?
Oh, I said I'm with her on being spontaneous. Like, who playing sex? What y'all 80? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are y'all playing sex and play some games? You know what I'm saying? Make an appointment or something via email, text. Come meet me at this hotel and meet whatever your alter ego is. I mean.
Right.
Do some stuff. That's
right. And
way.
it's like, and different things come with the alter ego. Like, Nadine might not do that.
But that's why people's relationships fail too, because they don't do spontaneous things or they don't spice it up. You know what I'm saying? You can't have missionary. You know, you can't be fucking me missionary all the time, sir. I'm sorry. That's just not gonna go. And one night twist, we ain't finna just sit and fuck missionary. I'm sorry. That's just not how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, monotony definitely kills relationships. You know what I mean? You got to do something different. What about, like people who may have small children in the house? What about the quickie in the bathroom, quickie in the laundry room? You get what I'm saying? Like, hey, let's ride to the park, while I speak to the mic. You know what I'm saying? It's like those type of things, like you got to just keep them
the
interested.
good ones, honey. That's the good ones. Like that, them little sneaking quickies.
Because you gotta remember, you gotta be quiet because we got about
they be powerful.
That's how you look. That's how you learn how to fuck you was a teenager.
Those the best 2 minutes of your life.
Like, listen, when you got the small kids, you be like, we got 97 seconds before they be checking on this door to see who it is. You gotta do it.
Say you gotta do that. 7 seconds.
97 seconds. Listen, my kids were breastfed. So if they ever notice me out the room, they start opening doors like, excuse me, quick, like, Mom, where you at? So it'd be like, bruh, leave me in the bathroom. You better be quick. Like, we gotta, we gotta go ahead real fast because they'll be get to opening them doors. So it's like, it becomes like, how fast can we get, there? So it's like the thrill of, wait a minute, we might get caught. So we gotta hurry up so we can go out here and act like ain't nothing happened. But those are the things that keep it together, like in a marriage. People don't live together forever and all they did was bang on Tuesday. You get what I'm saying? Like, just different things that you can do to, like, spice
I wouldn't
that
be there
life.
forever. I wouldn't be there forever. You talking about just banging on Tuesday? What I look like
on Tuesday?
Listen,
right.
but listen. I speak to like women all the time.
Schedule.
I speak to women all the time, and it's crazy because I be like, people be like, they sex life is scheduled, and I be like, I don't even understand what a schedule means. Listen, I don't understand what a schedule means when it comes to sex because, listen, you gonna wake up and you gonna be thinking you dreaming, and we with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. You gotta go. Sometimes you gotta take it in a dreamland. Sometimes
we gonna be talking about some good morning.
Yes. That's also how relationships end up messing up because sex is the basis of the relationship, and it starts off really good when you first start. It'd be passionate and it'd be all of this, but then when you take the sex away, there's nothing in common. You and this nigga, if y'all ain't fucking, y'all arguing. It's always an issue and different things. Well, that's because you made sex the basis of your relationship. Sex should be like number 3. It should never be number 1, and it shouldn't be number 2. It should be the third thing because it accompanies the relationship. It enhances the relationship. It sustains the relationship, but it has to be on the back burner of the relationship because
it does.
Sex ain't finna pay no bills. Sex ain't finna make sure that me and you getting along together. Because he'll be like, let me go knock this bitch down so she can shut the fuck up. Because all she wants is some dick.
Right.
That ain't the type of relationship, you know what I'm saying, you want to be in. You know what I'm saying? It has to complement the relationship.
It's and just like what you're saying, like, what about date night? Date nights don't ever always have to be outside. What about taking care of each other? Let me wash your hair. Let me wash your beard.
Nadine, that's the thing right there. Women, sometimes we operate off of that. I need other shit to be lined up for me to be wanting to fuck you all day.
Yeah.
I need my shit don't get wet because you walked in. No. I like when you do something I'll ask you to do.
Right. Exactly.
And it's not always about
They do.
And when you're in a relationship, it becomes those things like the small things. Hey, remember to get your favorite body wash. Hey, remember, you know what I mean, to get that sponge that you like. You get what I'm saying? You'll be all like, I'm in love all over again.
Like, what do you want it? Right here?
Yes, it's the little
thing. 97 seconds gonna be it for you.
Right.
But my thing is, too, intimacy does not always include intercourse.
It doesn't.
Because I am a very touchy-feely, rubby person. You know what I'm saying? I sit and rub, like, I love bald-head men. I don't know what it is. But I sit, like, I had this one guy that I messed with. He have been incarcerated in and out for years.
Mm-hmm.
My way to get him was he could sit on the floor in between my legs and I just sit and rub his head. We watching television and I'm rubbing his head and I'm massaging him. You know how that bald head feel when you got that woman know how to rub it just right. I sit and rub his head and he would be content and happy, rub his head, rub his shoulders. You know, it's not always about, you know, sex has so many different levels to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about intimacy. Intimacy doesn't mean intercourse. You know, we can sit and read erotica. We can massage each other. You know, we can have we can have phone sex or something like that. I can sit and watch you masturbate while you sitting and watching me masturbate. It never has to be penetration or intercourse. You know, it's about intimacy. And that's another thing.
I ain't never been with that. I ain't never been with.
It's always missing out of relationships. It's always fucking and not intimacy. Because sometimes when you on your period, you got to figure out other ways to satisfy your man. You know, women talk that shit. You still need to make sure that your man is satisfied when you're on your period. It is what it is. You know, that's
absolutely.
Sometimes you got to chalk some shit up like, well, bitch, damn. But it is what it is.
Phone sex, I can't do that. I'm too physical. That'll just piss me off, and I'll end up cussing you out.
Phone sex leads to greatness. And I'm gonna tell you what you do. If he's on his way to you, you have that conversation so that when he walks through that door, it's on and crack.
Right, it's all of that. Like I need that build up, the whole build up, the whole thing.
It's a part of the foreplay.
As soon as you walk through the door, drop them pants. That's it.
That's what she said. As soon as you walk through the door,
drop the pants, drop them. Let's go.
Yeah. But like I said, I had a man who was incarcerated, so I had to learn about phone sex.
Listen,
that's why you have, you know what I'm saying, and you have those other additives to make sure that your moment is pleasurable.
I just shared in my group yesterday, right? I dealt with a man that was incarcerated, and I said, to date, okay, I had never in my life I've never had somebody draw me such a vivid story. Like I was telling my girlfriends, like, listen. He weaved the story so good, I promise you I thought I was pregnant when we got done. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have all immaculate stories, baby. It's a different mind frame because, you know, they have to do things to be imaginative. And I promise you, like, I think about that today.
That's a part of that mental connection that you and him had. That was the mental connection that you and him had.
Yes, listen. This literally a poem. It was like he touched me without touching me, and that touched me, like literally. Like I had never been through nothing like that in my life. Oh, I'm putting that. I'm gonna put that in the book. I have one little poem on it. It's in one of. I think it's.
Hey, I like that.
And book.
Yeah, I like that. Touch me without touching me, and
that touched me.
That word. You want to rap? We need a poem. We can write a rap.
Girl, what were you about to say?
Somebody brought up foreplay. How much foreplay is needed for you to get in the mood? Like,
depends on what the mood is.
It depends on what the mood is and how it carries you. Because sometimes foreplay can go on.
The main course.
Sometimes foreplay can go on. Intercourse can happen, but foreplay gonna come back around. It just
foreplay gotta make sense though. Foreplay gotta make sense. Look, I don't want you sucking on one nipple for 20 minutes. What is that?
Well, that's not foreplay. He nursing, girl. That's nursing. That ain't foreplay.
You know, I don't have time for that.
Say it again.
So
I love her energy, yo.
But I'm just saying, that's nursing. He's nursing on your nipple. Like, nigga, get the fuck up. Wow.
Can you at least switch to the other one? Can you at least switch to the other one? I mean, can you do what's next in your bag of tricks? Like,
yes,
you've been in this one spot for like what
just like.
Well, why?
Like Viv was just saying, it's like it's the crescendo. It's the build up. It's the massage. It's the, the rubbing. It's love to foreplay. It's not just, you're going to focus on one body part. It's about the energy that you create around the moment. Like it's literally about what you like build. Like, it's just like that build up so that when he put the tip in, you die.
That is slow death. Yes, it's coming. It's slow death.
That's it. Like,
everybody look. Everybody right.
Before the first stroke,
everybody is the author.
Are you willing?
Everybody's an author. So when y'all both moan and when as soon as they go in, like,
yeah, just die. Yeah.
I'm a Scorpio. I'm a nasty motherfucker, and my books reflect that. So it is. I claim mine. It is what it is. It's just, hey, I'm just saying. So fuck that, honey. We talking about motherfucking life imitating art. Fuck
yes.
That. Come on, like shit. I'm like, woo. That's why I tell my mama, you can't read that book, mama. Don't read that one. No.
Before we leave here, everybody need to put their IG names in there because I may follow you guys already.
Talking from experience.
If I'm not mistaken, we're Facebook friends.
Who, you and I?
I think we're Facebook friends.
Maybe.
We have so many, and I have so many in the literary world.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to
like.
Okay, D has a question.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Question.
Go ahead.
I want a nigga in the same spot. Minutes. Yeah, that I get that for sure. Are y'all willing to guide a nigga through what you need?
Absolutely not.
You have to.
I won't because I feel like if you're going to start the moment, you should have came in here ready, prepared. Like, okay, if you thought that sucking on that nipple for 10 minutes was going to get you something, now I'm mad. Now I'm upset. The mood is over.
See, I get annoyed. I ain't finna sit up and let you.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I get really annoyed like that.
You might have to guide me to what you like.
No, absolutely not.
I'm going to. Fuck what you heard.
If I started foreplay with him, I came with the idea of what I wanted to happen when I finally sat on that thing. So it's like I'm not going, like, if I'm going to build him up, whether that's feather touches, whether that's a lick from head to toe, you get what I'm saying? Body massage that, turns into a hand job, that turns into slopping on the knob, that eventually left with your heart on the floor. Like, if I came to do that, yes, if I came to do that, then I want that same energy. I don't want a man that's going to come in there with no plan. Oh, baby, pop the titty out and put it in my mouth. Okay, so after the first 2 minutes, you get what I'm saying? I'm going to see where you're trying to go. And if we still ain't going nowhere, now either it's going to be, okay, are you post or is this done? Because now I'm over. Yeah, like, now this is done. This is done.
I'm with you
on that. I don't think I can hear you. On this one. There you go.
You need some help. Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. I'm with D for 110% because that goes into the whole sex not being one size fits all, right? I want you to come in confident. I want you to do what it is that you want to do to me, right? But there are certain things that just don't get the job done. So if I see you going left when I like you to go right, I might not tell you, I might shift to the right though. And you might get a different response. So I'm just hoping that you're in tune with what I'm trying to give you. Okay? Like, I don't want you guessing. And that's, women are unstable creatures. Because you ain't going to think that man just going to know what you want in that. No, I'm help you.
I don't do that.
Nah, I'm not
helping. I don't do that. I ain't got time for it. No, not right there. Yeah, over there. I said no, thank you.
Doing it.
Gotta be like, listen.
And men are dumb. They need help sometimes.
They do.
They need help.
See. Boy.
Hey, listen, because we could go on for a whole nother hour. So we're going to end with part 1. But I promise you we coming back for conversation.
Woo, y'all don't want me back here.
This was so dope, and I like how we're all at different ends of the spectrum. Makes for great conversation. We should really think about doing this.
No, ladies, I want us to do this again. This is gonna be part 1.
Yay.
They wanted to know, and now we about to tell them. So I want to thank our guests, thank Margo, Nadine, Session, and Vivian for being in the house. Anything you want to say, D?
Yeah. Thank you, ladies, all of you.
Thank you for having me.
I'm about to say thank you for having us. Thanks for giving us this opportunity.
Yeah.
Ladies, anytime.
So that's the Urban Room, everyone. Have a great evening, and we'll talk later. Bye.
All right, ladies.
Bye.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning into the Urban Green Room podcast. Let's keep the conversation going. Hit us up at urbangreenroom.net or on our Facebook or IG page.
I always follow.
Tell us what you think about today's conversation. If there's a topic you want to discuss, let us know. And by all means, tell a friend. The Urban Green Room podcast, giving you something to talk about. Until next time, we out.